In this video, I want to discuss how I deal with negative comments and trolls, particularly as an introvert. So if you don't know, I run a photography channel here and I have done so for just over a year now. And I have received a fair bit of negativity in my comments and some trolling. Now, I have to say that 90% of the comments is perfectly fine. Either just critical feedback, which is great, because you need feedback for your channel, and a lot of it is just love, which I really appreciate because that does encourage me. But there is just that 10% which are darn right, well, you know, they're idiots. They've got nothing to add, no value, and I'm sure just not worth any energy. So in this video, I want to give you 5 tips, 5 ways that you can diffuse all of that negative energy and keep going on your journey to growing your YouTube channel. So my first bit of advice is just to laugh it off. One of my favorite negative comments I've received was this. I just think it's genius. Sometimes if you say the comment out loud, you actually just can't help but burst out laughing, or maybe burst into tears, depending how sensitive you are. But it's just funny. I mean, no one in their right mind, I'd like to think, that I know would say that to your face. It's just funny. It's just, you just have to laugh. It's incredible what we can say online, but you know, in real life, would we actually say that to a person? And another comment that I have off the top of my head, which I can't seem to find: stop talking about the camera and show us some actual pictures, you absolute. I remember saying this to my girlfriend and we both just burst out laughing. It's just funny. I mean, who talks to anyone like that, especially online? So you just have to laugh about it. It really does help saying these things out loud and going, look, this is ridiculous. No one is going to talk to anyone like that in any manner. And if they did, you wouldn't give them any of your time. Laugh it off first off. But I know as introverts, that can go deeper. And if it is personal about you, how you talk, what you say, how you look, all of that, that can definitely resonate much more. And I've had some of these, and I do think, you know, it does go deeper. These are just funny ones, but I think sometimes if you say them out loud, you can, again, diffuse what's going on inside you. The second bit of advice, and I think you need to know, is that you need to expect it. Anyone who is set off on a path, a journey that has started to gain momentum, gain traction, gain some sort of influence, people are going to have opinions, and some of them are going to be negative. And it was my sister who actually said this, because she's a content creator, and I was talking to her one day saying, oh, I'm getting a lot of negative comments on this particular video. It's really getting to me. And she said, that's good. And I was like, what do you mean? She said, that means you're growing. Like, the more negative comments, ironically, the more you're starting to shine. Look, you can't please all the people all of the time. So you've just got to stick to your path and know that they're incoming. These negative comments are always going to be coming at you. If you think of some of the bigger YouTube channels, like I said, if it's 90% good and 10% bad, that 10% will resonate, because we always focus in on what's bad. It's just the nature of human beings. We could get 900,000 great comments on a video and there'd still be that 100,000 people you'd think, but there's 100,000 people saying they don't like it. But you're not focusing on the 900,000 people who are like, oh my God, what, this is great, so good, keep going, da 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 da. You've just got to expect that negativity comes with growth. Okay, so the third bit of advice is just to let go and move on. Now, I don't mean to sound kind of zen about this, but you do need to just detach yourself from it. You need to think about the bigger picture, what you're trying to grow and what you're trying to achieve. Obstacles will always pop up along the way, and they are here to test us. They are here to see how strong we are and how much we want it. If you are being deterred at the beginning of your journey by a few negative comments, you may want to rethink doing this. As introverts, we will internalize everything everyone says about us. We will hear one negative, bad comment and it will stick with us for a day, maybe 2, and it can also determine when or not we post in the future. I have definitely been reluctant about posting certain videos because of the maybe controversy around a certain subject. For one example, I recently made a video about the X106. I really had to make sure I worded the title and the thumbnail just right because that camera has so much hype around it, and some people are so protective of the Fuji name and that brand and the camera, and they will militantly fight you if you go against them. And this goes for camera brands in general. People will battle you on stupid things like lenses, cameras, all of that. My channel is all about advice and the experience I have with the cameras. I have no allegiance to any brand, any company. My journey is my own, and I am only interested in the experience I have with certain gear. So don't get involved in all of that kind of mess. Just like I said, focus on what it is your particular path is. People will always have an opinion on something, but the way to get through it is the way itself. The fourth bit of advice is just delete it. Delete the comments, filter them as well. If there's anything that you don't want on your channel, you don't have to have, because guess what? It is your channel. Curate the channel that you want. Curate the conversations that you want. Make sure you keep comments that are critical to your channel though. Feedback is great, and feedback can be slightly negative. It is important to remember that it is your channel, and if something is niggling at you and stopping you from creating more, just delete it. Move on, let it go, and stick to your path. This is your journey, and the best way you can get through this is just ignoring it. The fifth and my final bit of advice about this topic is grow from it. Weirdly enough, negative comments will just make you tougher. You will grow a thicker skin, and you'll just be more blunt to anything that wants to be chucked at you. I remember at the beginning of my YouTube journey, I created a video called Why I'm Quitting Film Photography. Now, naively, I thought this is a great topic. I can create some, good debate, and people will engage and maybe understand where I'm coming from. Well, that wasn't the case at all, and I was almost baptized in fire because the comment section, and go have a look at it if you're interested, is pretty lethal. They're saying I don't know what I'm talking about, just a kid, when in fact I'm actually in my 30s. It's a plethora of just negativity, and I just remember feeling, wow, do I really want to enter this space? All I was trying to do was start a conversation with other, creatives, photographers. Instead, what I ended up doing was starting a fire, and everyone kind of jumped on me and started pummeling me just before I started. And you know what? Actually, I got really numb to it. It was so much kind of what they were doing was just sticking up for film photography and saying I should buy cheaper film stock because I was saying how expensive it was, blah, 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 blah. And I just wanted to create some content to get going. That was my intention, wasn't to kind of diminish or belittle film photography. I love film photography, and there's some great reasons why, to do it. But I really learned from that experience, and thankfully now, and luckily, I went through it early, and the negativity just toughened me up quite quickly, and it showed that I really want to do this. So sometimes the negativity is good because, like I said, it's coming for you and people will have their opinions. So I just want to give a big thank you to Introvert Amateur. He was the one who posed this question to me in my last video, and I just want to thank him. Go check his video out. He makes great content, and he's an introvert just like me. And also in my last video, I talked about running a course. Now, I got a few DMs, messages, comments. I'm very grateful that you have responded. The poll suggested that most of you are interested in a digital course that you can follow on your own. So I'm going to be working on that. But some of you have reached out and asked to do a one-on-one session. Now, I'm interested in this myself. So what I'd like to offer is 2 free one-to-one sessions. A one-to-one session for free. You'll be handpicked randomly, but all you have to do is comment one-to-one down below. You'll be randomly chosen, and I'll be in touch very shortly. I'm really interested to see if I can help just anyone out there and it will be a one-on-one session, just me and you, and we will audit your channel, and we basically go through what you might need to do, what you might need to change, you know, things like that to help you grow in this space. So if you're interested, write 1-to-1 in the comment section and you'll be entered into this kind of competition. So anyway, look, thank you for watching. I'll be very interested to see who gets in touch. And if you have any other video ideas, just like introvert amateur, I would be very excited to hear them. Anyway, look, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.